Hey, thanks for checking this out. This is question 5 from our 20 must answer questions. Have you identified your personal risk tolerance? This is an important question, but one that is misinterpreted, I think, quite often. Risk can be various different things. If you go online, you can take a risk assessment questionnaire. I took one this afternoon. It was 11 questions. Questions like, as I withdraw money from these investments, I plan to spend it over what period of time? When making a long-term investment, I plan to keep the money invested for what period of time? Generally, I prefer little or no fluctuation of value. I strongly agree or strongly disagree. It's questions like this. These can be helpful questions. Where I think they run a little bit flat, or where I think they don't hit the mark, is they don't define risk very well, and they don't put a measurement on risk. Here are some questions from our inventory that we use. Do you know how to measure risk? And do you believe you can control something that you can't measure? So if you can measure risk, we should measure it. Is diversification important to you? Have you calculated the internal costs inside of an investment? Have you calculated the internal turnover inside the investment? How often the manager is buying and selling stocks, for example? Do your planners work on fees or commissions? Do you know what those fees are on a regular basis? Here's a couple of questions that you just need to know. Do you know what the historic rate of return is for the mix of assets that you currently have? Conversely, do you know historically what you could have lost in a 2 or 3 year market crash for the mix of assets that you currently have? These are numbers that can be quantified. We can give those to you, and they all help us understand risk. But there's one even more important question that you need to know in order to assess your tolerance for risk. And that is, do you know your purpose for money? Do you know what your money is for? Do you know what your retirement is going to look like? Do you know what your purpose is in your retirement? Quite often, we try to assess risk without assessing what it is we're after in the end, what it is we're taking risks for, or what it is we're trying to abate risks for. That can help us even more. And so what we're putting together here at Cornerstone is a 2-day event. We're doing this on March 15 and 16. We're at the U Club. It's a Friday evening and a Saturday. And we're going to spend Friday evening understanding purpose, and for you to understand your purpose and what it is you want your retirement to be for. And then on Saturday, we're going to understand the investments in and out, giving you total confidence that your money is invested the way it ought to be, and that you know why things are happening as they're happening. This past quarter, last year, fourth quarter, the markets went down 10 or 15%. A lot of people have no idea why. They had no idea what to do, and it was troubling for them. But if you know exactly how this works and how you're invested, you can look at a period like that, and you can know exactly what's happening and why. And I want you to have that confidence, and I want you to have that confidence placed right next to your purpose. We spend years, 30 years, 25 years, planning for and preparing for retirement. I just want 2 days to help you understand the value of your assets as it compares to your purpose, and really put those assets to work in the best possible way, and to give you the confidence to know that you're doing that. So make plans to attend. Click below. There's an event link that you can click and register, or if you have questions, you can call our office. We can answer questions for you. Thanks for tuning in.